Hello and welcome. We're in conversation today with Fatima, who has moved into Scariff here from Gaza 3 months ago, Fatima, I think it was.
Yeah.
So my name is Joe Reardon and I'm going to be chatting with Fatima today about the education system and how it compares to here. So Fatima, can you tell us a bit about your background, first of all? How did you get into teaching, or how did you become a principal?
Yeah. Actually, I went to work very late. I was maybe 37 years old. And I started teaching at that time, just loving teaching, and I just want to go for it. I studied English as a foreign language. This was in 1990, but I didn't work, as I tell you. But after that, I applied to be a teacher, and I got it very soon in the United Nations schools. I worked for about 8 years there. Then I got promotion to be a deputy school principal for about 2 years, then another year to be a school principal. And that's what happened.
Yeah. You were busy.
Yeah.
And speaking of your English, you have fantastic English. English is obviously a language that is taught in schools throughout Palestine, is it?
Yeah, actually, in my age, we used to go to school to learn English when we are in the 5th grade. But now they teach English as a second language in the 1st grade.
Okay.
And this is so good. You know, our students are so good. When you talk to them in their secondary schools, you think that they are native speakers of English. And the YouTube and the social media added so much to them. They just learn by themselves. And they just speak like native speakers. They are horrible.
That's a great achievement. Consider, we often talk about it here in Ireland. Like we speak English, but we teach Irish at school, and it's always been a challenge to kind of promote the language and get people talking it. But here you are in Palestine, and you've got English flourishing as your second language.
Yeah.
You mentioned you were in a United Nations school.
Yeah.
So can you explain a bit about that, or how is there different types of school obviously in Palestine then?
Yeah, we have 3 types of schools in Palestine. We have United Nations, it is UNRWA schools, which I work in. And there is the governmental schools, and there are private schools also. Yeah, I think United Nations in Gaza have too many schools, not like West Bank.
Okay.
West Bank are less schools for UNRWA. But they are more because, you know, poverty in Gaza is more than West Bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've United Nations schools, you have government schools, and you have private schools. Is there? Do they all have to teach the same subjects, same curriculum, or is it?
Yes, we all teach the same curriculum, except the private schools. They may teach some other subjects, like French, and we have private school. It is the American school. They teach all subjects in English.
Okay.
And maybe the Arabic is as a second language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but the same curriculum.
Same curriculum. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so what subjects do you have? So again, like in comparison, in Ireland, we have our maths, Irish, English, mm-hmm. and then we teach history, geography, science in primary school. Mm-hmm. And you have music and drama and art. Would you have the same?
Our children are not so lucky like this. Okay. They just learn subjects that they have to learn. They learn Arabic, they learn mathematics, social sciences, and religion. And they don't know the physical education or the art when they are in their primary schools, from 1st grade to the 4th grade. But after that, they just get one class for physical education and another class for art. That's
okay.
it, yeah. And this is because our schools are so crowded and we have double shifting. I go to school at 6:15 in the morning and I go back home at 12 almost. So our schools just learn subjects that are fundamental that they have to learn, but they don't have art, they don't have physical education, even, when they just want to have breakfast or lunch, they just take 15 minutes for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
Busy, cramming as much as you can.
Yeah.
And when you say double shifting, so you're in at 6:15, you go home at 12. Does another group of students come in then at 12?
Another group and another manager, other teachers,
Okay, so
completely
totally
different.
different
We
staff.
share the same building.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good use of resources.
Yeah, it is good use of resources, but our children doesn't get the chance to do anything entertaining them,
And do you think, like attendance, I was reading about attendance is very good. So children obviously want to learn. There's high attendance at schools, is there? Are people, lots of kids, they come to school, they're not missing school?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't. Palestinian people are so committed to learning. We don't have any other chances other than learning.
Yeah.
And getting our certificates. We have too many people who are graduated from universities, but they don't have the chance to work.
Okay.
This is Gaza,
Yeah.
This is, if I just want to go away from our conversation, this is because of the political state in Gaza.
Yeah.
We are we are just surrounded by siege, and we can't just get any factories or any institutions that we want to build there, and we can't have any chances for jobs and work in Gaza. So many of our students of the adults there who have certificates, maybe they have PhD and master's degree, they just migrate or they have no job.
Okay, there's not enough
Yeah.
work for people.
No.
Okay. And speaking on that tension, so even before the current conflict, was it very difficult to teach in that kind of environment where there is so much political tension?
Since 2008, we had 4 wars in Gaza. And we had also the COVID. And this was very hard for us to teach. And I think COVID affected all schools, not only Gaza, it's all over the world.
Oh yeah, huge impact.
Yeah. And I think we got a long time and hard work just to cope this problem. You can tell me about just Ireland. What did you do about COVID? Even students, they were not be able to communicate with us when they came back to school.
Yes.
Was it the same case here?
Well, what we're noticing, we had to close in, seems like a lifetime ago, March 2020. So we closed for 3 months. The schools reopened then for 3 months again, and then they close again for another 3 months. So what we've noticed is gaps. So like, especially kids who were in junior and senior infants during COVID. So they'd be 5 and 6 year olds. They have just gaps in their learning that you're still trying to fill in. And there's a higher level of anxiety, I think, across schools since COVID, for whatever reason.
What about online learning? I think Ireland has high tech, but we don't. So I think you have to do better than us in teaching and learning process.
I think a lot of schools went online. In Mountshannon, we went online as well. But it's not the same as face to face, especially for the younger kids. So you're teaching on a screen and you're setting work, but it's not the same. And it's different as well for parents. Parents were working; it was hard to monitor. So definitely, kids fell behind. Yeah.
Then we have the same problem.
Yeah, same problem. Yeah.
Even we don't have internet. Many people are poor and they don't get the chance to have internet in their houses. And maybe for me myself, I was taking all the written material and take it to their houses and just please teach your children, do this and do that, so they will not fail. They will just go on with their learning process. Yeah. But as you told me, you have the same problem. Then I will not be afraid about learning.
The word is very different, and the word is very the same. I think sometimes. Yeah. But coming back, so like in terms of what age group is your school responsible for? Was it a?
Yeah, it's from 1st grade to the 4th grade.
So what age with the children?
It is from 6 to 10.
Okay. So that's like kind of our primary school is 5 to 12. Okay.
But primary schools in Gaza are from they usually are from the first grade to the sixth grade. Then we have preparatory schools.
Okay.
It's from the 7th to the 9th. And the secondary schools, it's from 10 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have we have at the end of secondary school in our system, we have a big exam called the Leaving Cert. And some students will be heading into that soon, and it's a really important deal in terms of how you get into university. Is that the same in...
No. Actually, the 12th grade is the hardest. It is the hardest. And after you just finish this grade, you can take your grades and go to the university. Yeah. It is very hard. It's not easy. We take this exam for the 12th grade after all schools are finished.
Yeah.
And, the system is so worried, and the parents are so worried, and everything just waiting for the results of this grade, the 12th grade. It is... Oh,
a lot of pressure.
Don't remind me, please, because I had 5 kids and it was horrible for me.
Yeah, that does sound very like our Leaving Cert. Yeah, a lot of stress.
A lot of stress. Yeah, a lot of stress.
Okay. So kind of similar again.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? You were talking about one of the subjects is religion, and I'm a bit curious about this because at the moment, I think it was on primetime this week. Actually, there was. Religion is in a lot of schools in Ireland. There's Catholic schools, and then you have some Educate Together, and you've Gael schools. But a lot of schools are Catholic schools, so religion is taught in it. But then some people are saying religion should be taken out of the schools. Is religion a really important part of school life?
It is a very important part. We teach Islam in all schools, but there are some Christians who, in the religion class, they bring their own book. And they read from it and learn from it. And they take exams in their book, So I think it's Injil?
Yeah.
It's Injil. What's the name of the Christian book?
The Bible.
The Bible, yeah. Sorry, I forgot the word.
That's okay,
Yeah, so they learn from the Bible, and they... and even we have some schools are especially for Christians. And Muslims are also learn in these schools. Yeah, but they teach Bible in there, and we in our schools don't teach as a class, but they have their private. They have their own religion, and they read it, and they take exams in their Bible.
Okay. The other subject I'm quite interested in, because I'm interested in it myself, is history. So again, in Ireland. Under English rule, history was very much, we were learning English history. And then it became important that we learned about our own history, our own culture, and our own identity. Is that a subject that's really important, or do you learn about Palestinian culture and history?
Yeah. Actually, in the past, when I was a child, we used to learn the Egyptian history.
Okay.
Yeah, before the Palestinian Authority came to Palestine.
You learned it? Okay.
Yeah, and the West Bank used to learn the Jordanian history.
Okay.
Yeah, but after Palestinian Authority came to Palestine in 1994, they have the Palestinian curriculum. It is our own curriculum. They teach our history, and I'm glad. A lot of my history, I don't know anything about it because I didn't learn.
In school in your
time?
Yeah,
I didn't learn. And when I graduated from the high school, this was in 1990, the Palestinian Authority was not there yet.
Yeah.
But, when I start teaching my kids, it was the Palestinian curriculum.
Yeah.
And I was wondering when I learned everything and anything about Palestine.
Yeah.
And I think this is so good thing about Palestinian Authority.
But it is important, that people know about their own culture and history.
Yeah.
If you feel comfortable about it, what happened then once the conflict started? How did that? Had schools closed before the conflict started, or how did that work out once the war started?
That's the
October.
7th of October, from the first day.
Okay.
No schools from the first day of the war, because, I was going to my school, and when the bombarding started, I just came back. Very terrified about everything, and I thought this will be different this time. And till now, students in Gaza, they don't learn anything.
Okay.
They are all intense, and they fled from place to place. How they are going to learn?
Yeah.
And even me, myself, I left my house from the first day of the war because they just bombarded the adjacent land by my house, and all the fire came in my son's room. When he woke up, he was terrified, and he said, "My mom, am I alive? Look at me, am I burned?" So it was horrible, but no schools since that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a huge impact, yeah.
Yeah.
And you off air when we were chatting before, and you were saying there've been 4 conflicts since you've been teaching, is it?
Yes, this is the first one was in 2008, and 2012, 2021, and 2024.
So there are big gaps. School will close again,
Yeah.
And do you know what's happened to your school building now?
Yeah, it was bombarded.
So it's gone.
Yeah. Too many airstrikes, and it was burned also, and people was sheltering there, but they all fled out and left it, and I don't think that I have any school right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a huge shock.
Yeah. Every time I pass by any school here, I just feel all the pain in my heart about all my students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many, because again, Irish schools were usually quite small. There's lots of very small schools in Ireland. Were all your schools quite big? Have you big numbers of students?
First, you have to tell me how many students do you have in your school?
We have 72.
72. Oh, this is 2 classes of my school. I have 1,400 students
1,400
in my school. Yeah, 34 classes. Yeah.
And that's just one shift?
This is one shift, yeah.
So there's another 1,400 comes in at
Yes, for the other shift.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
And are most schools that size in
Yeah,
Gaza?
most of them, yeah. Most of them. I told you, Gaza is a very crowded area, and especially Gaza, the city, more than the other cities, Rafah and Khan Yunis and Beit Hanun.
Okay.
There are more spaces there to build schools, but in Gaza there are no space to build any more school there. So we have double shifting in all schools in Gaza.
And is there double shifting in the other cities in Gaza and in the West Bank, or is it just there is?
Yes.
Okay.
No, in West Bank, no.
Okay.
Even they have a 2 days holiday.
Yeah.
They have Friday and Saturday, but we only have Friday as a holiday.
So you have school on Saturday and Sunday?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I'm definitely not teaching in Palestine.
Yeah.
So you have Monday, Tuesday, like the whole week except Friday. Friday is your day off.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't do anything in that day. You just want to sleep for a little bit. Yeah.
We're living for the weekend here. Yeah, we're waiting for Saturday and Sunday. So you're just 6:15 to 12 o'clock, and that's even for 6-year-olds then as well.
Yeah.
That's a long day.
Yeah, it's when they get up early. I used to wake my children up at 5.
Okay.
So they just get up. They have breakfast before they go to school. They get prepared and they take the car and go. My children used to get in the bus at 6 o'clock, or maybe 5:45. Just to reach their school.
Okay.
So it's hard for many people just to, even those who are so far from school.
Yeah.
They have to come earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a long day.
It is.
And what I'd say in terms of Irish schools, in primary schools, one teacher teaches, so you have 3rd and 4th class, and you teach all the subjects. Mm-hmm. Is Palestine the same? You teach all the subjects to the younger kids? Or
Yeah. That's from the 1st to the 3rd grade only.
Okay.
They teach all subjects except English.
Yeah.
Yeah, English has to be taught by English teacher.
Okay.
But in the 4th grade, each subject has to have a specialized teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. For a teacher of math, for Arabic, a teacher of Arabic, and so on.
Okay.
Yeah. But for Ireland, you teach all subjects from which grade to which grade?
So we call them junior infants to 6th class, so from 5-year-olds to 12-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the teacher teaches all the subjects?
All the subjects. We're
might
amazing.
be
Yeah.
Very much well qualified. You are amazing, yeah.
We know everything.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then when they go 13 onwards, when they're in secondary school, they have subject teachers then who teach like English or Irish.
Yeah. But for just if I think about the 6th grade, when the teacher will teach math and history and science and your own language, and this is too much.
Yeah. You should talk to Norma Foley, our Minister for Education. Yeah. There's something that came into my head I was going to ask you there about subjects and the kids and the classes, and I forgot. Oh, funding. We were talking about this. So Ireland, we're always complaining about funding in education. Schools are always fundraising. There's bake sales and raffles. Schools in Palestine, how are they funded? Are they funded by as in money to run them is given by the United Nations?
First, your schools are funded by fundraising.
Well, we have money from the department, but it never covers enough to actually run the school. So we have money from the government, but it's not enough to run the school. So we need to fundraise as well.
Then who is doing the fundraising? Is it the school principal?
Yeah, well, the school principal, the school board of management, the school parents.
Then this depends how much active they are and how much intelligent to get money for their schools.
Yeah, well, it's hard, because every school, it's a small area, it's a small cohort of people. Everyone's trying to fundraise.
Yeah, but in Gaza, UNRWA schools are funded by UNRWA. And they are all funded from
the United Nations, is it?
Yeah. And the governmental schools are funded by the government, which is so little.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the school principal has to be active and just think about it, how just he can get money for his school.
Okay.
And the private schools from,
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah,
they're fine.
They have loads of money, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what, do you think you'll go back to teaching in Palestine or?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
I just want to serve my country in any way. I hope if I can come back and just help all those children just to get back to learning, and I'm sure they lost a lot.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be a long road to rebuilding Gaza.
Yeah. Many of those who are studying the case in Gaza said that it needs maybe about 10 years just to get the rubble out of Gaza.
Okay.
And most of UNRWA schools were bombarded, and many of the governmental schools also. And I don't know, when we want to get back to schools, what are we going to do? Are we going to wait for years until we build schools, or what's going to happen to all those children? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fatima, it mightn't be the day. I'd love to talk to you again, and we maybe talk about the political situation in Gaza, if that would be possible, another day, in terms of how this current war has developed and where Gaza and Israel go in the future.
Sure.
It's a bigger topic than.
It is a bigger topic, and it's hurting when you talk about it, and you just remember everything. And today we have very bad news about some of my family who was bombarded and killed today. Yeah, but I just want to come and do this interview. And I hope we will have many other interviews talking about Palestine and the issue there, and just let everybody in Ireland, those so nice people, Irish people are so nice people, and I love being with them. I feel home with them. And that's it.
But it's good, and I must say it's wonderful to talk to you, because we see, as we're so far away from it, and we see Gaza on the news. But it's on the news and it's far away from us. So to meet someone who's gone through it makes it very real. It's very sad. It's very personal. Me as a principal meeting another principal, that could be. I'm imagining that happening to school in Mountshannon. It being bombed and gone and disappeared. It would be a huge wrench to the community and everything. So thank you so much for sharing all your.
Oh, thank you for having me with you today. And I just want to thank everyone here in Ireland and in Scariff for this interview. Thank you very much. I want to thank Jim, and I want to thank you for just chatting with me, and maybe we'll do it very soon.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you.